The Detroit Lions and Thanksgiving are practically inseparable. For generations, families have gathered around the table, filled their plates, and then drifted to the couch to watch the Lions play in their traditional holiday game. No matter how good or how rough the season was, Detroit always showed up on Thanksgiving. And while the franchise has finally climbed out of the NFL's basement in recent years, many players still remember watching those long, difficult seasons growing up. One of them is Joe Burrow. The Bengals star quarterback hasn't been on the field since week 2 because of a severe turf toe injury, but all signs point to his return on Thanksgiving when Cincinnati takes on Baltimore. It will be Burrow's first Thanksgiving appearance since entering the league, and when he spoke about it this week, he couldn't resist poking a little fun at Detroit's past struggles. He described the familiar rhythm of the holiday, the big meal, the family time, and then settling into the couch for football. And then came the jab. Burrow joked that Thanksgiving always seemed to feature the Lions losing, even with Matthew Stafford lighting up defenses and Calvin Johnson doing Calvin Johnson things. He remembered watching Stafford throw for 300 or 400 yards, only for Detroit to fall short anyway. Harsh, maybe. But anyone who watched those years knows exactly what he meant. Statistically, Stafford was consistently excellent on Thanksgiving. Over a decade of holiday games, he piled up thousands of yards and delivered memorable performances. In one of his best outings, he threw for over 400 yards in an overtime thriller against Houston. A few years later, he torched Chicago in a Detroit win. But even with those big numbers, the Lions' holiday record never really matched Stafford's production. Times have changed, though. Stafford is now in Los Angeles, leading the Rams and redefining the second act of his career. Meanwhile, Detroit has rebuilt itself into a confident, competitive team that no longer lives at the bottom of the standings. The franchise that used to be the butt of Thanksgiving jokes is now earning national respect, and its future finally looks bright. Still, there's something charming about looking back at those old Thanksgiving games. The moments, the memories, the traditions, even the painful ones, are part of what makes football on Thanksgiving feel like home.